Without question, the Alien franchise is one of the most highly celebrated of all time. It's definitely lost some of its luster and relevance as of late, with the more recent films being unable to capture the magic of the older films, but Alien continues to be a classic among film pundits and fans of the series. Which is why for many, the prospect of a high-budget Alien video game made by a prominent studio is incredibly enticing. Few will deny that the franchise is just perfect for an interactive sci-fi horror experience. But if you've been following Alien games for years now, then you'll know that it's unfortunately been one missed opportunity after another. Putting the middling Alien games from yesteryears aside, there have been two Alien games that have stood out over the last decade. One of them is the infamous Aliens Colonial Marines, developed by Gearbox Software. I hardly need to recount what a disaster this game turned out to be. Expectations were high for the title, given that it was being created by the renowned developers of the Borderlands series, but the game's rocky and troubled development cycle ultimately yielded one of the most disappointing releases of all time. Graphics were severely downgraded from what was originally shown in presentations. The enemy AI was completely broken, turning the xenomorphs into a laughingstock rather than creatures to be feared. Gameplay was woefully uncompelling, the story campaign was laughably short, and the list just goes on and on. Shockingly, Alien Colonial Marines took 5 years to make, and yet it somehow managed to feel like it was lazily cobbled together in a few months. Randy Pitchford, CEO of Gearbox, continues to live under the egotistical delusion that this is a good game and that people gave it an unfair amount of flack, refusing to acknowledge what an epic blunder the game turned out to be. But anyone grounded on reality will acknowledge the simple fact and truth that Aliens Colonial Marines is pure garbage. But a glimmer of hope would shine through a mere year and a half later in the form of Alien Isolation, developed by Creative Assembly, best known for the Total War series. Completely contrasting the previous release, many critics and consumers agreed that Alien Isolation did a stellar job of completely capturing the spirit of the films with its gorgeous graphics, terrifying atmosphere, meticulous xenomorph design, intelligent AI, appropriately designed gameplay, and a focus on survival horror. It was just a complete 180 from Colonial Marines and a breath of fresh air that gave fans and enthusiasts hope that the Alien franchise could flourish brilliantly as video games with the right developers. Unfortunately, we would later learn that Sega ultimately deemed the game's commercial performance to be a disappointment. While critical reception was mostly positive, and 2.1 million units sold is a respectable figure, it apparently wasn't enough to recuperate the sizable investment that went into the game's 3-year-long development cycle. Hard for me to say if this can be attributed to a lack of marketing or if it has more to do with a general lack of interest in these types of games, but regardless, the harsh reality was that the game didn't sell very well. Creative Assembly did express interest in pursuing a sequel in an interview from December 2014, but then, almost a year later, on September 2015, Creative Assembly studio director Tim Heaton told Website Games Industry that while an Alien Isolation 2 is not out of the question, financial considerations got in the way of that happening in the immediate future, leading them to shift their efforts back to Total War games. Finally, on April 2017, Eurogamer reported once and for all that, according to their sources, Alien Isolation 2 wasn't in development, contrary to rumors spread by official PlayStation magazine, and that the majority of Alien Isolation's design team was no longer working at the studio, indicating that a sequel from Creative Assembly was an unlikely prospect. This came as a major blow for Alien hopefuls, with all signs pointing to the Alien franchise going back into hiding rather than seeing a resurgence after the acclaim that Isolation had garnered. But then, another glimmer of hope would bathe Alien fans and enthusiasts on January 2018, when Fox Next Games, Fox's video game division formed a year prior, announced that they had acquired Cold Iron Studios to work on a brand new Alien game, one that's been described to be a shooter for consoles and PC. What's particularly noteworthy about Cold Iron Studios is that it's staffed by a number of prominent games industry veterans, including people who worked on titles such as Neverwinter, Star Trek Online, City of Heroes, BioShock Infinite, Borderlands, Doom, and Metroid Prime 3. While this doesn't necessarily guarantee a fantastic Alien game, it certainly does help bolster confidence for an entry that will be worthy of the name. It's hard to know what to make of the fact that the game was labeled a shooter or that Fox Next Games called it an action-packed, persistent world, but the general vibe surrounding a potential follow-up to Alien Isolation was fairly positive. From there, it wouldn't be until the end of the year that news about the game would surface. It was eventually discovered that on November 15th, 2018, Fox filed a trademark for a project called Alien Blackout, with tags and labels clearly indicating that this would be an upcoming video game. Given we have had confirmation that Fox Next is working on a brand new high-budget Alien game, everyone naturally assumed there was an association there. Rumors were further fueled by a tweet Game Awards host Jeff Keighley posted a month before the event. The tweet reads, "Worlds will change," but most compelling about it is the attached image, which features a font that many felt was reminiscent to the one used by the Aliens film's evil corporation, Weyland-Yutani. To top it all off, on November 20th, 2018, Kojima posted the following tweet featuring photos of a visit he made to 20th Century Fox, highlighting a room dedicated to the Alien franchise in particular. Shortly thereafter, the Game Awards official Twitter responded to Kojima's tweet with the same message that was shown in the image featuring the retro font reminiscent of Weyland-Yutani, the message being "Worlds will change." To many, the connection seemed clear. The general assumption was that Jeff Keighley was teasing that they'd be announcing a brand new Alien game during the Game Awards 2018 called Alien Blackout, and the excitement for such a prospect was palpable. However, Game Awards 2018 came and went, and a world premiere for an Alien game was nowhere to be found, leaving excited fans confused. The rest of the year would come to pass with not a whiff of Alien, but just a few days before the publishing of this video, on January 5th, 2019, Alien's official Twitter page posted something interesting. The tweet reads, quote, "40 years ago, the Nostromo disappeared. In 2019, Amanda Ripley will uncover the secrets it left behind, no matter what." Attached to the tweet is a 30-second long clip that ends with the title card, "Amanda Ripley, Read, Play, Watch." Amanda Ripley, for those who don't know, is the daughter of film series protagonist Ellen Ripley. Amanda was obscurely referenced and introduced in an extended version of the second film, Aliens, but more relevant to this video is the fact that she's the main protagonist in Creative Assembly's game, Alien Isolation. With that in mind, what this tweet seemed to suggest was that there were plans to extend the Alien universe to other mediums like books, games, and film, mainly focusing on Amanda Ripley and the events that transpired between Alien and Aliens. The word play in particular seemed to imply that we would be getting a video game sequel or a continuation to Alien Isolation, given it does star Amanda Ripley, and that this game might come out sometime in 2019, creating even more excitement. Now, there's a famous saying that goes, "Be careful what you wish for, lest it come true," a proverb that couldn't be more relevant in this situation. 2 days after the tweet teasing an extended universe for the Alien series was posted, out of the blue, a brand new Alien game was announced. It was none other than Alien Blackout, a game that fans had been anticipating for a while now. But there was one major caveat. This wasn't the successor to Isolation many hoped for, but rather an uninspired mobile game developed by D3Go. Going to the developer's official website, the description reads as follows: "The terror of Alien is brought to life in Alien Blackout." Right, because seeing xenomorphs jumping out at you on a 5.5-inch screen will totally inspire fear. Try to stay alive while trapped aboard a crippled Weyland-Yutani space station carrying a deadly xenomorph as it tirelessly hunts you and the crew. Outsmart the perfect hunter by making perilous choices. Players must rely on the damaged controls of the space station or risk sacrificing crew members to avoid deadly contact, permanently altering the outcome of the game. Survive 7 fear-inducing levels by remotely guiding Amanda Ripley's crew through increasingly challenging tasks using only the station's emergency systems. The uncertainty and unpredictability of both the alien and her crew can impose total defeat for Amanda and the entire station. Alien Blackout is a unique, fear-inducing horror premium mobile game experience that will test the inner nerves of both Alien and horror fans alike, where life can end in an instant. There's that word premium. I have no doubt that this game will be rife with lucrative microtransactions. Now, more important to note is the gameplay description, which reads, quote, "Survive or die, using only the space station's limited power supply to operate a holographic map, surveillance cameras, and motion tracker. Attempt to remain hidden and protect your crew from the perfect hunter in 7 fear-inducing fear-inducing levels. If that sounds familiar to you, that's because this is the exact gameplay concept used for popular horror game Five Nights at Freddy's. This is straight up just Five Nights at Freddy's with an alien coat of paint, a shameless cash grab capitalizing on the popularity of another game's concept. And yet the developer has the audacity to claim that this is a unique fear-inducing horror premium mobile game experience. It goes without saying that those who are looking forward to a proper continuation of Alien Isolation were disappointed to say the least, resulting in immediate backlash. One look at the trailer's YouTube page will reveal an abysmal likes to dislikes ratio, and glancing at social media outlets like Twitter, you'll quickly see that the feedback has been overwhelmingly negative. I don't know what the hell Fox was thinking. Given the controversy surrounding Blizzard's announcement of a Diablo mobile game and before that, EA's announcement of a Command & Conquer mobile game are fresh on gamers' minds, the announcement of Alien Blackout couldn't have come at a worse time. Have they not learned about the protests that can arise when the identity of beloved franchises are butchered beyond recognition right in front of fans' eyes? Have they not learned by now that brazenly alienating your core audience is about the worst PR move one can make? Granted, Fox at least didn't have the audacity to make Alien Blackout, the centerpiece of a major fan celebration event like Blizzard did. But the fact still remains that Fox hyped this grand new Alien game that was being created by prominent veteran developers before pulling the rug from under us, leaving many wondering,
is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
Not once did they ever hint at a mobile game being in the works, and with the narrative and rumor surrounding the title Alien Blackout, with the buzz generated by their tweet teasing a new Alien game featuring Amanda Ripley that naturally led to assumptions that a sequel to Isolation was imminent, with all these rumors surrounding the next big Alien game, the last thing Fox needed to do was announce a blatant cash grab of a mobile game that nobody asked for. Something Fox did clarify to media outlets was that, contrary to what was being reported, Blackout wasn't a direct sequel to Isolation, nor did it share any ties to Creative Assembly's game, meaning it is a completely standalone entry starring Amanda Ripley. This perhaps leaves more room for a proper game sequel to Isolation to be explored, but the clarification still did little to mitigate backlash or assuage disgruntled fans. People may be willing to go easier on the mobile game's announcement if it actually looked remotely interesting and like any effort was put into it, but anyone can see that this ripoff represents the exploitation of a popular franchise for monetary gain, and that there was no artistic merit behind using the Alien IP for this. Now, do keep in mind that there is still a proper Alien game in the works behind the scenes. The official Alien Twitter page assured as much to address the ongoing backlash, posting the following message: "Dear Alien fans, there is still more to come, very soon." The announcement of Alien Blackout doesn't change the fact that Cold Iron Studios is hard at work on an action-packed Alien shooter for consoles and PC, much like how Blizzard's announcement of Diablo Immortal doesn't change the fact that Diablo 4 is in development, so it's not all doom and gloom. But still, Fox leading with a financially driven and creatively bankrupt mobile game doesn't inspire much confidence about the company's intentions with upcoming titles, and pundits are understandably pissed that their expectations were subverted by such a passionless product, an unfortunate trend of the modern gaming industry. But there is a big game on the horizon for Alien fans to keep an eye out for, even if trepidatiously. With all that said, it continues to baffle me that game publishers can be so out of touch with their consumers, especially when there are ways mobile games can be announced without insulting entire communities. Bethesda, for example, announced Elder Scrolls Blades right before hyping up what their core audience was actually looking forward to, be it Fallout 76, Starfield, or Elder Scrolls 6. Obviously, Fallout 76 turned out to be hot, half-baked, broken garbage, and Bethesda has shot itself in the foot more times than I can count over the last few weeks. But in terms of that particular press conference, the company made sure that they had something for everyone, allowing the announcement of Elder Scrolls Blades to go relatively unscathed. In stark contrast, Blizzard made Diablo Immortal the centerpiece and the big closer of their big BlizzCon 2018 presentation without giving their core audience something else to look forward to. A brief teaser teaser of the Diablo 4 logo or something along those lines would have been all they really needed to satisfy attendees and viewers. Similarly, had Alien Blackout been announced alongside some kind of teaser for the big Alien game that's being developed for consoles and PC, if it had been announced alongside something to get core fans excited, the mobile game could have largely gone dismissed rather than scrutinized. But given game publishers often fail to care about relating with or understanding gamers, given how tone-deaf executives, managers, and PR departments tend to be, it's only natural they'll resort to what makes financial sense to appeal to investors rather than what's in good spirit to appeal to consumers. As I've said time and again to these greedy game publishers, gamers are the cattle, games are the milking machines, and the real customers are the investors. The worst part is that it's probably safe to expect Alien Blackout will prove to be quite profitable, and the taste of financial success through mobile games is only bound to inspire more get-rich-quick products and schemes like this from the company. Well, at least we can take this time to point the finger and laugh at Fox for repeating the PR blunders of other companies and for their laughable attempt at ripping off another game, none of which from a reputation standpoint marks a good start for their fairly new gaming division Fox Next Games, and none of which bodes well for the Alien franchise as a whole. I can only hope that Cold Iron Studios ends up delivering on the promise of a compelling Alien experience, one good enough to make up for all this riffraff, though only time will tell. Meanwhile, I'd love to hear what your take is on the universally abhorred announcement of Alien Blackout in the comments below. With that, I would like to end this news update. Thank you for tuning in. To be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Yong Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Yong out.